Hi and welcome back to the channel. So it is that time of year again. It is the start of the summer sales, and today I am having a look at Cymatics, specifically Ocean Pluck. But they do have 20% off all plugins or sample packs, which is pretty good. So you may have seen Ocean Pluck on Instagram. It has been all over my feed. They also do Dark Sky, Omnivox, Corrosion, and lots of other plugins. I do have Dejavu already. That's the only one I've kind of got. So a lot of these are already on sale for pretty cheap. So Ocean Pluck. I'm not saying the only reason I got this was for the UI, but it was quite an incentive because it is bonkers. It is just absolutely bonkers. And I don't know why more people have not done this. You get loads of different backgrounds, as you can see from the video down here. So I'll show you later on. But yeah, you get loads of different backgrounds, and when you play it, you get kind of like water droplets and things that go on in here, and oh, it's just mental. So what the flipping hell is it? It is a dreamlike pluck instrument that flows with heavy nostalgia. And the graphics are quite nostalgic. There's loads of different styles actually. It's really cool. Ocean Pluck is a fully customizable instrument that blends Carpus plus strong synthesis with a fluid evolving sound design approach. Inspired by the natural motion of ocean waves and sonar, this plugin gives you the full control over delay, resonance, and dynamic movement, allowing your melodies to flow, pulse, and breathe like a living instrument. Whether you're designing ethereal plucks, resonant bass lines, or cinematic textures, Ocean Pluck provides an expressive and immersive way to shape your sound. And as you can see, it's very, very simple. This is it. These are the two main controls that you kind of use for shaping the sound, and then you go echo, effects, waves, and utility. Like I said, there is a very good tutorial there as well. I haven't been able to find a manual, so I've emailed Cymatics to ask them about that and a few other questions I had, and I am waiting on a reply. We'll go back to the samples. I want to show you the skins. I don't know how many there are, but they're absolutely brilliant. There's a couple that are in space. There's kind of different designs. There's kind of 8-bit designs like this. There's a space one. It's so cool, and it is just very kind of retro looking. It just says choose from a wide selection of UI skins, but there must be a 50 or something. I don't know. What makes Ocean Pluck special? It isn't just a virtual instrument, it's an entirely new approach to pluck-based synthesis. With its real-time reactive UI, every note you play sends ripples through the interface, creating a visual connection to the sound. From soft organic tones to metallic aggressive sounding plucks, Ocean Pluck gives you the power to explore a limited range of textures for any genre. How does it actually work? Well, this is a good question, and this is the important bit. So you don't read this bit, you won't really have a clue what's going on. Right, so you've got full control over the way your pluck moves, evolve and react with 7 customizable features. So echo in brackets delay, perfect for adding space and rhythmic depth. Waves, as the LFO sidechain, create pulsing evolving movement with an integrated LFO based sidechain effect. Reverb is a lush reverb effect for adding ambience. Dream is analog style chorus, and you've got a nostalgic imperfections of analog tape. Sparkle is like basically granular effect. Blend shimmering grains of atmosphere for added dreaminess. And decay and damping controls shape your plucks from short and percussive to long and ethereal. And then you get a bonus sample collection, so they actually give you quite a lot of Midi files to use, and they are kind of designed for Ocean Pluck specifically. So for a limited time, you'll receive these free exclusive made to go perfectly with Ocean Pluck. So you kind of get Waves, Horizon, and Ocean, and I'll show you those in part 2. But it's about 1.5 gigabyte of samples and MIDI files. 2 versions of this, and there is the most popular one, which is $147, which is maybe a bit too much. Or you've got just Ocean Pluck on its own with the 2 loop collections and the MIDI, and that is only $37, which currently is £27 or 32 euros. But with the summer 20 discount code, you will get this for $27 £23 or €25 approximately. I certainly paid about £23 with the current exchange rate. So an absolute frickin' bargain, considering you're also getting 1.5 GB of samples and MIDI, plus another mystery bundle that you get, and that is also about 3 GB of samples. So I'll show you what you actually get included with these in the second part. So let's have a listen to some of the samples. Let's try Starlight. Ramp up the volume a bit. You don't really get a before and after, but I wish they had a video of it actually showing you the waves playing. It doesn't really, you don't really kind of get an idea of how it looks until you see it working, and it's so they don't really seem to have showed that. Because I was asking them how you actually import and export samples as well, because there's no settings kind of page that I could find, so hopefully they'll get back to me and I can clear up these questions. That is it for the introduction to Ocean Pluck. Let's get it open in Logic and see what it looks like, and more importantly what it sounds like. So here we are in Logic, and I have Ocean Pluck opened up, and I'm just kind of going to go through the controls again and just remind you what they were from the intro. Ankle deep preset, and you can click in here and there are some factory presets. Now I have emailed Cymatics about there's no settings tab in this at all to kind of control anything else, and there's kind of no help button. So if you look at some of his other audio effects plugins, there's kind of like a little help thing. For some reason this one doesn't seem to have anything, so there's no real control over the MPE. I mean, I've tried it with my C board, but it didn't really work very well because there's no settings. I don't know what they've set it to. And this is the only button that I can find, and that is to go to the backgrounds, and we'll have a look at those later on. So there's a kind of save preset button, and that's it. There's no MIDI learn either, so if I right click, I can't MIDI learn that, map these. So those are the two main controls in the middle. So we'll just quickly go over how does Ocean Pluck work exactly again. I mean, I've kind of mentioned it in the intro, but I can actually show you it working now. So let's say that was Ankle Deep I played, and these are all MIDI patterns from the free download. So once you've bought Ocean Pluck, if you get the Cymatics hub, you will then be able to download this Ocean Pluck sample collection. So you get drum loops and melody loops and the MIDI. So all these MIDI patterns are taken from this so that you can try this yourself. So that is pretty cool. Like I said, you get that as well included. So how does Ocean Pluck work exactly? Got my Arturia hooked up, so it would be quite good if there was a keyboard. Maybe they could add that in, like, so you could just play without having to have a keyboard, because most of the time you are going to be using this with MIDI. You're not kind of really going to be recording notes directly using this, as far as I can tell. But that's what ankle deep sounds like. The echo delay, which is this one here, so you've got amount, feedback, time, and sync, and I've got sync on both. And so waves is the lo-fi sidechain, so you can increase the amount there and the curve and the rate. And reverb is in the effects, is obviously adding a lush reverb, and dream is the analog style chorus, and sparkle is granular effects. These are the two main ones, so it's a bit of a shame because, like I said, you can't actually map these. So we've got decay and tone, they're calling it decay and damping controls. So shape your plucks from short and percussive to long and ethereal. Play this again and we'll just hear what it sounds like with me mucking about. So I'll take the tone right down and we'll play these this again, and you'll be able to see the difference. So that is no tone, and then I will bring it up. And we'll bring up decay as well for the next sound. So we'll take that back down again. So it is rather nice, I have to say. And these graphics are just so cool. Right, so we'll take it back down. We'll take the decay down and take... How cool is that? So you can see all the names of these if you want to kind of use these ones. So that's Amsterdam, Enchanted, Illusion, and Impulse. Close that down. So we'll have a go with some other presets. So this one is Atmosphere, and we will change the background. So I've counted up the backgrounds because I wasn't sure how many were. There are 35, and you've got a range of kind of graphic styles. So we've got DJ, we've got kind of fish tank looking, we've got all sorts of things. We've got lo-fi. I mean, they are really cool. Why this is not a thing, I don't know. We've got some sort of gangster dolphin, and there's actually a whale as well. If we go right to the end, we've got a whale as well. So that's kind of like a space whale. And they've got my favourite too, the space ones. So there's that one, and also the kind of 1950s retro space one. So we'll maybe keep this one on for Atmosphere. So again, we can play with the tone knob. We could take the decay down and maybe change the echo. Bring up the dream. Adjust the amount for the waves. Alright, we'll take decay off and then we'll just put tone right up. It's a bit like Bloom, you kind of have to marry up the MIDI with the presets. So we'll take the green effect off. So yeah, pretty cool. This one is Beluga. which is obviously a type of whale. So we better put the whale on for this one. Put the beluga. It's not a beluga whale, but it's we'll put that on, and we'll see what this one sounds like. And this is using Vanished, Urchin, Your Time and Battle MIDI. I'm having a bit of an issue with a lot of plugins not having any MIDI mapping. It's freaking annoying. Battle. Last is Candy Store. So that's what we can put on with Candy Store. Some of the others, we've got a black and white one as well, so that's quite nice. Yeah, we'll maybe have this one on. Let's see what Candy Store sounds like. And a bit of trappy. And this is Journey and Battle. And the last one is Knuckle and Nasty. Yeah, pretty cool, Candy Store. So I've got some session drummer MIDI set up as well. So I'm just going to kind of play some of these. So I've got 2 acoustic and 2 electronic. Pick this one with Neo Soul. So change this again and have the Gangster. Right, we'll loop this and just play this one. So this is one of the free Cymatics ones called Dejavu, and you can get this from their website. There's quite a few. There's Diablo and Memory, and there's about 3 or 4 that you can get free. Question mark there, and that will take you off to the manual. You have this medium, small and large. So like I said, you can adjust the size of this, and it has a manual, but for some reason Ocean Pluck doesn't have any of this. Amsterdam with Dejavu on. That's it off. We can go to 2 times. 1 bar. So it's quite nice looking. So Switch that off. We'll switch slow jam on. So that was his atmosphere, and I didn't like that gangster one. Oh yeah, dolphin in a car. Why not? Right, let's try this one. Right, let's try a different preset. So we've got atmosphere. Let's try chill guy. See what that sounds like. Sounds like it would go with slow jam. Yeah, quite nice. So let's try Your Time and Deep Blue. And switch that on. And let's see, let's try a different preset for this as well. Diva. Right, see what Diva's like. And we'll change this to, we'll try whatever that, I don't know what that is supposed to be. Like Lego or something. Right, it's quite nice anyway. I haven't even seen that one yet. Right, we'll move it over there. Right, too much decay, I think. Right, well that wasn't the best preset, was it? Let's try droplets. Turn the drums up a bit. That's better. Right, we'll take the decay down a bit. Yeah, that was nice, that one. So last but not least, we'll have Modular Space, and Nasty. Right, so what can we pick for this? Right, let's have kind of Miami or wherever that's supposed to be. And let's try, what can we got? I want something kind of marbles. Okay, let's try marbles. I've no idea what these are like because I never really got past the kind of C's. Right. Right, so this has got no waves on at all. Bring up some Dream. Quite cool. Let's try Mellow. Micro. Midnight. Oh, that's quite nice. So that is pretty much it for today. And like I said, I think for 20 quid, it is pretty good. even with the lack of kind of any menus, controls or whatever. So I kind of brought in some MIDI patterns for retro synth, but I've kind of ran out of time. So I was going to kind of show you using it with another synth and just duplicating the MIDI. So I'll maybe have a look at that in another video. Thanks for watching, and as usual, if you have enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, share and comment, and I will see you in the next one.